Mirror, mirror on the wall, in what world is Kristen Stewart the fairest of them all? I don't know, but Charlize Theron is really hotter than Kristen Stewart. This is my review of Snow White and Huntsman. Okay, so this is the Big Guy Reviews. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button, and there's a Facebook link below, Blip TV link below as well of this video with trailer footage. And let's get on with the review. Snow White and Huntsman is a very good movie, but it drags. It is a really, really long movie. It feels like 3 hours long. I'm not sure how long it is. I know it's way over 2 hours long, and it is just a long movie, and it doesn't really use the time very well in regards to the love story. The love story is a bit underdeveloped, in my opinion. Let's get to the plot of this movie. Plot: Snow White escapes from the evil queen after the evil queen takes over the kingdom and realizes that in order to be immortal, she's got to consume Snow White's heart. Snow White escapes from the queen into the dark forest, and evil queen has to hire the Huntsman to get Snow White back. The Huntsman decides to become Snow White's protector, mentor, and love interest too. Charlize Theron, oh my god, what a wonderful queen. Oh my god, she does such a good job of playing an evil bitch in this movie. My god, I love how she screams some of her lines, like, oh wow. I really loved how well she did in this movie. Chris Hemsworth, he was great as the Huntsman. He really did a good job. Kristen Stewart, she was satisfactory as Snow White. The Snow White in this movie, Snow White and the Tale of Terror, was a much better Snow White. Sam Claflin plays William, who is the prince in this film, and you know, his part's kind of unnecessary. The love triangle that they try to create is a bit unnecessary. In fact, much of the movie is unnecessary when you realize how long it is. It is a very long movie. It drags. You really feel how long it is at times. Now, that's not to say I like this movie. Don't get me wrong. I really like the movie, but way too long for me. And there were a couple of things I didn't totally understand about the movie. I didn't understand what exactly is Snow White's ability with the birds. Do the birds have magical ability and are trying to communicate with her? Because there's a scene where the birds, first they show her how to get out of the castle, and then they lead her to a horse. What? Where did this horse come from? Whatever. The Dark Forest. The Dark Forest was amazing. So cool how awesome this Dark Forest is. The creatures in it. The troll that you see. Oh my god, this thing looked amazing. It was incredible how the troll looked. And all the other evil creatures in this forest, oh, they all looked great in my opinion. Then we get to this village it has all women because the men are being killed off by the queen. She has a vendetta against them. I felt like that scene was kind of unnecessary. And maybe it was there to show the oppression the queen is giving to the rest of the village. But I don't know, it just felt a little bit unnecessary to me. And then we see the dwarves. The dwarves, they were very, very good. I love Bob Hoskins and Toby Jones. I don't know who the rest of the dwarves were, but they were all great. But again, it felt a little bit too long when you first meet them and you get to know them a bit. I thought that dragged us a little bit too long, maybe. The light forest, which they call the sanctuary, and the creatures there look great. You see a turtle that's covered in moss. You see a deer with, it looks like trees for antlers, and little fairies. And how they bring in the apple, where Snow White eats the apple and falls asleep. That much of the stuff I'm saying is not really spoilers. If you know the story of Snow White, you've heard this 1,000 times. Oh my God, how many times have we heard this story? So much of what I say is not really spoilers, but it is very clever how they bring the apple in. I did not expect how the apple was going to be brought in. It caught me up so unaware, and I like that about this movie. I really like that apple caught me so unaware. And then we get to the kiss of true love. How long does it take to get to that? That's where we get to the love story. It's kind of a little bit underdeveloped between Snow White and the Huntsman. It's quite obvious that Snow White falls in love with the Huntsman in this movie. You can tell by the trailer. But if it's underdeveloped, you can tell by the last scene that's kind of underdeveloped. I'm not going to give away how you can tell, but you'll see when you see the very last scene. Then we get to the beginning of the climax. Kristen Stewart's inspirational speech. It's good, but in order to get the people to rebel against the Queen, but it's hard to take it kind of seriously because this is the star of Twilight, you know. And then you see her in a suit of armor like Joan of Arc, and again, very hard to take that seriously. This is Bella Swan. I mean, it's hard to separate that from her. It's just very hard. The battle in the castle, that was very good. I liked the battle in the castle. It was the action, actually a lot of action in this movie, and all the action scenes were great. Then comes the final fight between Snow White and the Evil Queen. And, oh man, it was kind of bad. I blame it on two things. Kristen Stewart's lack of fighting ability, because really she doesn't have that much fighting ability, and the direction. I think the director obviously wanted to drag that fight out a bit. And we got the final ending scene, and I said before that it felt like it needed more to add to the love story. Now we're gonna get to the rating. I give this movie an 8 out of 10. I like the movie, but it's way too long. It is just way too long. I was really hoping for a 9 out of 10, but I had to give it an 8.